Alright guys, this is Cosmic Crucible Season 2 and this is the Trial 2. On the first trial, of course, most of us didn't know what to do, at least I didn't, so there's no point in making a video of the first day. But on the second day we got some data on how to actually beat few of these nodes and what to use in defense and stuff like that. So I reworked my defenses and went in. So let's start from the room I started from, which is the room number 6 against my opponent's Wardox team. That's a formidable team, but I saw some people actually handling this node quite well with the Darkhold team. Decided to take mine in, and it's like 200,000 punch down, so I was hopeful. On the first attack, I noticed right away that this is sort of a RNG based match. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, but the main thing is that if your Morgan Le Fay dies early, there will be trouble. And that can definitely happen once you use Morgan Le Fay's ultimate. And at this point, the Wardogs will have counters on all of them, and the Morgan Le Fay ultimate will be hitting all of them. And if they are set up right, they will be hitting you in order that Black Panther 1 million will be starting. And if he happens to land that defense down on your Morgan Le Fay, you are screwed. Because they will be doing tons of damage on her. And yeah, I lost my 6 red 7 yellow Morgan Le Fay in an instant. And that sucked. And at that point I didn't quite know what was going on. I was just like wondering what's going wrong, but after I reviewed my video I noticed that this might be happening. This is the reason why I lost. But yeah, I decided to give it one more try and went in with my Darkhold a second time. Switched my team around a bit. In the first try I had my Agatha adjacent to both Doctor Strange and Morgan Le Fay. On the second try I actually had her adjacent to only Morgan Le Fay, because that's the way we used to use them, so I wanted to make sure that I'm using it in the optimal way. I got pretty close and the RNG wasn't as bad, but definitely there were times where it was looking bad, but I was able to sort of pull it out. And I was pretty close at killing Black Panther 1 million. And in the end I was thinking hard whether I should be taking it and going in with a third team to clean it up, or whether I should be just resetting once more and going for Hail Mary with this team again. But decided to take it and go in with a third team after that. And I decided to switch a room at this point and leave that for the last. And then I went in for the room number 4, which I think is the second hardest room definitely, with the unlimited team. And I saw some people using Gamma to one-shot this room. And it didn't quite make sense in my mind. I was like wondering what's going on and is this really possible? And after the first attack, I was feeling certain that there's something wonky going on, because it felt impossible. But it turned out that there's a lot of RNG elements into this fight if you go in with Gamma as your first team. And the key things that need to happen is not letting your Brawn get stunned, and you have to hit your Brawn special in a way that they don't have those evades up. And if those things don't happen, you are screwed, and you still have other things that can screw you as well, but those are I think the main things. But I decided to give it one more try and went into a second attack, and it felt just as bad. And I was scratching my head hard at this point, thinking, what's going on? What I'm doing wrong? Am I missing something? And yeah, decided to give it one last try. Well, there's only 3 tries, so, but yeah, I went for it. And this time it felt like the RNGs was in my favor. Braun was not stunned. I got to use my Braun special when they had no evades. I got all of the buffs, and then I had a lot of time to actually work on this team and kill Gambit and Morgan Le Fay and everything after that. So yeah. And looking back at it, I can say for certain that in the future, unless I'm forced to one-shot it, I'm gonna be doing a burner attack in the future, and then going in with Gamma. Gamma will have no problems dealing with this node if you do a burner attack first, and try to get most of their first turn attacks at least. Hopefully get like the ultimate also from Rogue. But yeah, going into room number 5, which is the tangled web room, I think you can call it that. So I had my enemy with Spider Weaver, Tangled Web, and Kingpin and Miles Morales. At this point, I was decided that I'm not gonna be going for efficiency. I'm going for room clears, and I went with a burner attack or sack attack. Maybe that's a better word for it. The idea there is, if you didn't know, you put your 5 weakest characters there and let Spider-Man 2099 waste his ultimate on you, killing all of your characters. And if he doesn't kill all of your characters, you need to pause the game in middle of the ability and then go in with your second team, which will be Eternals plus Loki plus Silver Surfer plus one more, which you can decide on your own. It doesn't really matter who's the 5th. But on the second attack, you just turn meter rewind, you ability block the Spider Weaver with your Silver Surfer. Then you, when Spider Weaver takes her turn without ability block, then you're just gonna be stunning her with the Cersei special and just clearing. So that's pretty easy once you know what to do. Then I went in with against the Gamma on room 3, and they had She-Hulk in the middle with Fortifier, adjacent to Abomination, and Red Hulk with a Striker. So the Striker on Red Hulk and the Fortifier on She-Hulk was the sort of synergy in this room. I went in with my Weapon X with Dormammu, and yeah, it was quite easy. It wasn't too bad at all. A lot of stuns, ability blocks, traumas, everything. And yeah, don't count Dormammu out. He's still super useful in these crucibles, even though he got a bit of a debuff in the globals. Still usable character, and you can add him on many teams. Then went in for the room number 2, where he had Zemo Hydra Underworld Hybrid, super popular. I use it as well, and because I had my Infinity Watch available, I was using that. It's a pretty easy counter with the Infinity Watch, and I think Death Seed is also a pretty good counter for this as well. So if you have those 2 teams in offense, you're not going to be having trouble with this team. But if you don't have those available, or if you don't know what to do with this team, you might be in trouble because they can surprise you easily. Then he had a Rebirth team, which is quite beefy, 940,000 in room number 1. And yeah, it was pretty easy. I think the key element in here is to ability block the enemies, the opponent's Captain Carter, so she doesn't get to do the ultimate and do like flip debuffs, and put a safeguard on the team. If you can manage to handle that, then you're gonna be golden with a lot of different teams. It doesn't really matter what team you use here, I think. But I just decided to go with the Undying and paired them up with Dark Hunters because they have ability blocks, they have fast bleeds, which can really help with the Undying. So it's definitely not the best Undying team by no means, don't get me wrong, but those were available characters at the moment, and yeah, I decided to use them because I didn't have any use for them outside of this team, so there's that. Then I went in for the Wardogs and the remainder of the Wardogs at least. Went in with Secret Avengers with Fury and Doom, and yeah, it was still pretty close. And there was moments where I thought I'm gonna be losing this, but yeah, Doom for the win. He got to use his ultimate, and in the end, it was okay. I won it, but I could definitely as easily have lost that. So there's that. But all right, that's about it. If you have any comments, any questions, any criticism, let me know in the comments. I'm always happy to answer. But yeah, I won this by the way. In the end, he lost. Two of my rooms didn't get a kill in there, so it was quite easy win. Hopefully, I get the last win as well and climb back up to Masters, from which I dropped down from the last season. So I'm Diamond 3 again. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and see you in the next one. Alrighty, bye.